Hello everybody on YouTube land, it's your boy Memphis here, coming to you live with a deck profile for Kuri Fusion. This is a deck I made recently because of the success of the Kuri Synchro deck, so I figured I'd try Fusion. So, this is a hybrid of Kuriboh and Relinquish deck, so I'm going to go over the cards and show you how it works. So for our monster lineup, we run 3 Relink Kuriboh, 3 Sphere Kuriboh, 1 Magical Illusionist Faceless Mage, 3 Millennium Eye Illusionist, 3 Relinquished, 3 Jigaziru, the Star-Destroying Kaiju, 3 Thunder King, the Lightning Strike Kaiju, 3 Manju, the 10,000 Hand, and for spells, we got 3 Interrupting Kaiju Slumber, 3 Black Illusion Ritual, 3 Relinquished Fusion, 3 Instant Fusion, and 2 Pre-Preparation of Right, and 1 Super Poly. The only trap we run is 3 copies of the Solemn Strike. For our extra deck, we run 3 Millennium Eyes Restrict, 3,000 Eyes Restrict, 1 Chimera Tech Mega Fleet Dragon, I'll get to that, 3 Relinquished Anima, 2 Link Kuriboh, 1 Nightmare Phoenix, 1 Nightmare Cerberus, and 1 Nightmare Unicorn. The side deck I'll go over in a moment. So as stated, this is mostly a Relinquish deck. We're all about stealing our opponent's monsters and giving this thing a huge attack and then beating over our opponent. The majority of which times we'll be using these kaijus. This kaijus, which I'm using again, is all to fuel the Relinquished engine, give him 3,300 attack, which is why we run the kaijus with the most attack. You can very nearly get an OTK out of this deck. In fact, you probably could if you got Manju, a kaiju, and a Relinquished and had a cleared board. Yeah, this could OTK on occasion. It can do it. So as for summoning Relinquish, we have many ways of doing so. Obviously, we can use any of these monsters to do it. However, the majority of the ways you want to summon Relinquished is either by using Sphere or Relink Kuriboh. Both of these monsters have effects that are indicative of ritual summoning. Relink Kuriboh allows you to draw a card when it is tributed. Obviously, you tribute in order to do ritual summons. And Sphere Kuriboh, when doing a ritual summon, allows you to banish it from the graveyard as one of the materials, and seeing as you only need 1, you can basically use this guy twice in 1 turn as ritual materials. So, nice bit of synergy there. An important part of this deck, I should mention, is the Millennium Eyes Illusionist. This is one of your most important cards, as it allows you to attach an opponent's monster to Relinquished that you control as one of its equips. So, and this being a quick effect, and it also comes back if you summon a Relinquished. So if you happen to have this in hand, a Black Illusion Ritual and a Relinquished, you can use Millennium Eyes as the material, and then you immediately get it back because you special summon a Relinquished. Now, that being said, if you don't have this Relinquished and the Black Illusion Ritual for whatever reason, all you have is Kaijus and level 1s, we have the alternate condition of summoning out Relinquished Anima. This is the Link 1 monster that states that it can target a face-up monster that it points to and equip it to this card. Now, the obvious strategy here is to kaiju an opponent's monster, put it in the zone facing one of the extra monster zones, of course, and then summon this thing using one of our Kuribohs. Put it in the graveyard, use its effect later. It's very nice. It's 9 times out of 10 if you don't have everything perfect, that's what you're going to want to do. We also have Link Kuriboh, of course, but that's just, if you don't have a kaiju, you obviously want to go for Link Kuriboh instead. As for our Fusion monster lineup, of course, we have the 1,000 Eyes, which is basically just steal an opponent's monster, and then you'll be able to use this as Link material, say for Anima to summon, to steal something else, or just to get rid of a troublesome monster. The most important monster in our extra deck, of course, is Millennium Eyes Restrict, the big fusion monster that allows you to equip monsters once per turn when a monster effect activates. And you can equip that monster from the field or the graveyard, so it stops a lot of things, because any monster that is equipped to Millennium Eyes Restrict, it has its effects negated. So if your opponent is running a deck that has a lot of multiples of one monster, looking at you, Trickstars, then you can use Millennium Eyes to equip that monster, and then they can't use the effects of those monsters so long as they are attached to Millennium Eyes. It also is a very nice combination with our Millennium Eyes Illusionist, obviously. We can equip as many monsters as we can. It gets the attack and defense of the monsters equipped. So this guy can get us some nasty, huge attack points, provided you give it enough time. We can also equip more materials with our Relinquished Fusion. You can banish it during the turn it's sent to the graveyard, mind you, in order to attach more monsters. So, very nice there. We're just all about stealing our opponent's stuff. Now, how you go about summoning this dude, you use a Relinquished in any effect monster, so you do need the OG Relinquished to do this. But we have, of course, methods of searching him out. We got the pre-prep, we got Manju, We got the fusion. We got all things. And we also got super poly. I should have mentioned this. I just run this as a one-off to screw with my opponent because we are all about stealing our opponent's stuff. So that's what that's all about. The nightmares are just generic, get rid of stuff. This destroys a spell trap. This destroys monsters. This you can make every once in a blue moon, but it's just kind of there. So, and the last thing is the Chimera Tech Mega Fleet's just there in case Cyber Dragon Infinity, because we don't like Infinity. Now, as for the extra deck, it's just alternate things you can put in the deck. Creature Swap is just an old, really old tech. It's just about swapping monsters your opponent has with your monster. Of course, your opponent gets to choose, so it's not perfect. So, take care if you're going to use this. Regeki, Dark Hole are just generic things. If you want more Kaijus, if you feel like not Kaijuing enough, run Dogoran, run Gamma Seal, things like that. If you need another pre-prep, there's that there. If you need more rituals, we got Senju of the Thousand Hands, of course. If you want to make this deck more Kuriboh-y, go for Kuriboh and Lionheart, just as a side option there, but I would keep majority of the Relinquished here. If you want to search out the fusion more, you can, of course, run the Predaplant engine of Predaplant's Ophrys Scorpio and Darlington Nania Cobra. I think I butchered those names. So take in 1 or 2 copies of each of these, and you'll be able to search out your fusion more often. And this last card is Switcheroo, which is, again, it's kind of like Creature Swap, where you have to switch your opponent's monsters with yours, but this requires that both players have the same number of monsters, so situational, but it's funny as hell when it comes and works. That being said, I thank you guys for watching this deck profile. Do consider subscribing if you do enjoy it. I'm going to leave a link in the description to some replays in which I use this deck, and I hope you'll check that out and enjoy it as well. Till next time, this will be a more Memphis Shine It Out. Later, everybody.